Loading Screen is brought to you by Mike and Ike. Welcome to Loading Screen, where we know exactly what we're doing.
Your taste sucks. That movie was bad.
Like
anyway. Five. There you go. Yeah, we're back.
You might have to refer to me as Captain, Alex.
One. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Loading Screen. This is your morning podcast to cue your day up with. I am, of course, Dre, a.k.a. Crash, the usual suspect on this show. We have an imposter with us today. I don't know who it is, but it's one of us. It's one of us. It might be me. I don't know. So we got Allie in the building. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello,
happy to be here.
She'll be filling in the shoes of Alex, as he is now a permanent resident of Night City. He is literally off today because of the main topic that we're going to be getting into that we've been long waited for. It's been delayed and delayed. Some people are saying it should have been delayed again, but we'll get into that. Of course, he's playing Cyberpunk right now, which you can actually go catch him at Sir Scrowlix on Twitch right now. He is live at this moment, so maybe we'll go rate him afterwards and see what's up. But welcome, Ali. Welcome back to the show. It's been a little bit since you've been on, actually.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. I'm excited to be back. Happy to talk to you about some Cyberpunk. I may or may not have sunk 6 hours of last night into that game.
True
6
gamer hours,
and
man.
44 minutes.
Really? Already?
That was my final save. Yep.
Yeah. For those that for some reason are confused, like I thought it came out today. Technically, yes, the date was today, but if you were in US, and also if you did some things with your systems, you could actually get the game early. So, you know, a lot of people got to get their hands on it yesterday, which is what's been the hot topic, the hottest of topics to talk about, because with the new release, there also comes the incredible amount of expectations. With the delays this game has seen, the expectations keep getting higher, and now it's out. So now we actually get to see what, you know, it's all about. But before we actually get into that, because that's gonna be like that's gonna be the that's the
meat.
That's the meat. That's the turkey. That's the gravy. That's the main course. We got some appetizers to get into, of course. But before we do that, quick shout out, of course, to Mike and Ike and Zip Chair. I know Ali doesn't technically have a Zip Chair right now, but I do. Yeah. Sports me, sports my lumbar. It's all good. Jealous? Don't be. You can get yourself one. Go check out zipchair.com. All right. So regardless, let's just jump into some of the gaming news today. Like I said, before we get into Cyberpunk, a couple things I wanted to put out there, because like I said, we're going to be talking a whole lot about that. We're going to have our hot takes on it, because I had my chance to play with it as well, but just some little things to kind of ease us right into it. So have you ever been in a situation, Ali, where you've had to, you know, search for toilet paper, you know, on Google, but then, like, you know, you ever look at the search results and all that? You know, PlayStation 5 is currently beating toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and face masks for most Google term of 2020.
I wouldn't be surprised at all, especially with how many people have been scalping and reselling PlayStation 5s. I've written it off my list on even attempting to get one or a 3080 Super, but that's another story, until like August 2021 at least. Like, there's no way I'm going to realistically get my hands on a PS5 right now, so close to launch, when everyone else is doing it as well. So not shocked at all.
Also, I get them confused. You know, PlayStation 5's white, toilet paper's white. I can see the confusion there. But yeah, I mean, good luck. Who would have guessed, like, you know, coming to the holiday season, people's priorities of either, you know, wiping their asses or playing games, you know, will differ. And actually, funny enough, this is just also in the top 5. This beats out the Xbox. The Xbox is actually right below PlayStation 5. But then rounding out that top 5 search list is what I said earlier: hand sanitizers, face masks, and toilet paper. So very, very interesting facts there. Go on.
I was just gonna say, this may be the PC player in me, but what makes the PlayStation 5 this time around so much more powerful than the Xbox? Why is Xbox 5th place?
It's not really definitive at this moment. Xbox has some good things that the PlayStation 5 doesnn't have, in my opinion, like 1440p options. PlayStation 5 can only do 4K or HD. There's no middle ground in between, while the Series X allows that. Games, you know, there's no Halo that dropped for Xbox, which also, you know, I don't want to jump into that specific topic, because there's definitely been some developments on Halo, but I'm gonna wait for Alex, because he's our resident Halo nut job, to talk about his feelings towards that. But it's a give and take. It's a preference thing, and you know, the console race to PC is slowly dwindling. It's starting to become a little bit blurry. Some people might say not really, especially after we talk about, you know, how Cyberpunk has been treated in the console area opposed to the actual PC space. But yeah, in the meantime, though, still people want a PlayStation 5. The kids want a PlayStation 5 instead of spending, you know, $800-900, $1,100 for
on a PC, yeah.
You know, a mid-tier PC. You know, you can still get away with what is it? I think it's like $500, $600 for a PlayStation 5. I have not looked.
PlayStation 500 for the regular. I think digital is 400.
It's like a little bit cheaper now, right? Yeah,
I have vice versa, one of those.
I have forgotten, because it's come and gone. I've played my Miles Morales. I'm good until some newer, more exclusive games come out. Then we're gonna see, you know, these consoles actually stretch their stuff. So besides the consoles, of course, tonight, I know we did say Cyberpunk came out today, but this is also a very critical night for some people. I personally don't really care about Game Awards, but I want to make sure you guys that do know that the Game Awards are happening tonight, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and there is a plethora of different places you can go watch. Of course, you got YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live. They'll be on Twitter. Steam will have a portal, and of course, many other platforms will be there. We're gonna end up hopefully getting a good look at the new BioWare's Dragon Age game.
Dragon Age, yeah.
Yep. Among Us' new map, some Call of Duty, and just stated earlier, I believe Smash has a supposed announcement.
That was tweeted this morning by, I want to say it was the director of the Game Awards. He said something along the lines of, tonight we will be showing the next Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character. And there are a lot of theories right now. And one of my favorite one comes from Lil Josie, aka Josiah, one of our other event coordinators here at Nerd Street Gamers. He believes that the Smash character is going to be in some way a Fortnite character due to Fortnite's new gaming legends kind of theme they're going on, and their partnership with Nintendo. They have an exclusive Switch that you get an exclusive skin from buying. It's a beautiful skin by means. I like that theory. I also like the people on Reddit that are screaming that it's going to be Master Chief.
I mean, at this point, with Steve from Minecraft being put in, all bets are off. It could be anything. This game is basically a glorified Mugen. What's up, Luna? I see you. It's basically a glorified Mugen at this point. If you don't know what Mugen is, go just do a quick Google search. You'll get what I mean. Because they have so many franchises now in this melting pot. It could be anyone. Fortnite sounds correct. Funny enough, that doesn't sound outlandish because, for one, when they do these kind of moves, like these marketing moves where they have exclusivity pertaining to a certain game, like you said, Fortnite with a specific Switch, and they get the skin from it. They want to kind of wrap that up. It isn't usually just like a one-off. They tend to try to amplify it with any other intellectual properties they can to kind of keep selling units. And Fortnite being a Fortnite character being on Smash or in Smash, yeah, I could see it. I could absolutely see it. Now, the only thing that gets me is, I don't even say gun thing, because Nintendo characters have guns. We have Meat Gunners, we have Samus, we have Snake. Yeah, we have people that definitely got the tools. So it's not like they're gonna shy away from that. So, and plus, Fortnite, it has the aesthetics, right? The aesthetics. You could see a character like that being in there because of just also the way it looks.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, that really makes sense. Shout out to Lil Josie for that one. That actually doesn't really, if he gets it right, Nostradamus style, that'll actually be insane. But we'll see, because I think the last, when Steve dropped, that was the last piece of DLC. It was really quick. I think they only have 2 more slots, to my knowledge. So I think if either it's 2 or they have 1.
Please.
Either 2 or 1. I think that boat's long.
It's long.
Been
It's
sailed.
gone.
It burned,
it's
and
the
it's
new
sunk.
Half-Life 3.
Yeah, good luck on that one. But regardless, you guys can go check it out. Like I said, the Game Awards tonight. Of course, 3:30 PT. So 7 o'clock Eastern. No, I am right. So 4 o'clock PST, 7 o'clock EST. Math, all that good stuff.
The pre-show starts at 6:30, which might be throwing you off a little bit.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the pre-show that's getting to me. Thank you very much.
Of course.
All right, so what else do we have here?
I want to say, though, quick, before we do jump on, it is important to watch that pre-show. If you're trying to watch the Game Awards for the only reason I watch the Game Awards, which is trailers, you want to watch that pre-show, because that's where they start. They start and they go until the end. So that's my word of advice.
Like the old joke of you go to movie theaters, not usually back in the day, before trailers were released online and all that, going to the movie theaters to see the trailer, you didn't want to miss that preview window, because that was when you knew the new hotness was coming out. Sure, you go to the movies to go see the movie, but if you miss the previews, your night would be ruined. IMO. That's just my experience. All right, let's get into some of this appetizer real quick. So, Cyberpunk 2077, I almost got the name wrong, has been released, has been out. There's been people that have been able to get an early copy. Reviewers have had it. They're scoring it, I think, for 8s, 9s. Holy crap, this game might be the real deal. For PlayStation 4 and Xbox One owners, you might feel a little different about it. So before we jump into that, I just want to put a disclaimer here. There was already a day 0, day 1 patch for the game. So a lot of what you might be seeing on social media of people, seeing horrible textures loading in incorrectly, this, that, and the other. A lot of that got fixed in those day 0, day 1 patches, because if you're playing before the game is live and their servers aren't live, pulling out patches, you might be getting an not unfinished game, but you're definitely missing some components that they couldn't set off when the game went gold. Pretty standard practice. It happens. That does not solve all the issues here. So we're seeing a plethora of issues ranging from resolution, 720p resolution, frame rate issues, as low as the dipping to the 20s. This is all being analyzed by Digital Foundry. You can go check them out on YouTube. I have a video in the works right now. They've just shown some previews of it. The game's been out less than 24 hours, so kind of give a little bit of time. Frame rate issues, resolution issues, poor AI, textures still not working properly, things are not loading correctly. This game seems like it's just an atrocious mess on the console. And looking back at what I said earlier, like, oh, well, reviewers are giving it 8 9s. Like, how can that be? Reviewers got a PC version of the game. They got PC codes to review this. They were not in the console area. They were not reviewing that particular version of the game. And social media has just been going in on all these. If you haven't had a chance to see some of just the weirdness that is Cyberpunk, we have examples, infinite examples that we could show you. I didn't even know that XQC was in one of these clips. But yeah, horrible. This is the inside of a car. Like, this clipping through.
Yeah. I am on the back of saying, like, this game definitely deserves an 8. A 9 right now in the state is very stretching, because aside from the bugs, there are a lot of good things about this game, but I literally on my notes have a massive little frowny face over one thing, and it's that I had massively critical story scenes ruined for me due to FPS lag, to the point that I would be perfectly fine. And one of the very first things that happens is you go to a bar named Lizzie's, and when I turned my head into the actual bar, my game crashed. I was an hour into the game and it completely crashed. I relaunched it. I had to turn off ray tracing. I have a 2070 Super. I had to turn off ray tracing in the game to get it to work manageable for a continuous time, because if I didn't do that, every now and then I would have bugs. I would have lag where specifically driving cars, I would have major FPS drop from 144 is my ideal all the way down to as low as 20. There's some not so good technical issues with this game. And after all of these delays, I agree. I think the game could have been delayed a little longer. I think we could have waited a few more months until these bugs got ironed out, because a lot of people, specifically those who don't have the same accessibility as everyone else who are on PlayStation 4, who are on Xbox One, they're going to have a terrible experience. They're not going to be able to play this game.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I mean, saying it's probably one of the most anticipated games of the year is putting it to shame, because I mean, if you take a look at just things like the Steam database, in the last 24 hours for a single player game, we've had an all-time peak of 1,054,388 users. That is only on Steam. This doesn't include Stadia, any other platforms that runs on, of course, the consoles and such. So with that, like we said, right now, the ratings out of what is it, 9? Actually, I don't even know. This is 37, right under 40,000. 37,000 reviews. This is currently sitting at a 71.33%. The game, 9 times out of 10, they haven't gone through the entire thing. It's only been out for one day. But yeah, it's the expectations are high, and for them to come to the show with a lackluster performance on the console side, and I don't want to make that as if that's an excuse. It's not an excuse. Ghost of Tsushima, looks incredibly good, right? And it's a 7-year-old console at this point. Sure, you could could argue the PS Pro versus PS4 performance, but definitely nothing in the same realm as this game. And if you like, my favorite pastime, which is to go into subreddits and just see the plethora of comments, which is just some of the greatest things you could ever do, especially for any game. 10,500. This just comment list. 10,500 comments as to just all the issues, people's examples, people's fixes. One person here even talked about anyone else having problems with palm trees, just clipping through everything. Updating graphic drivers will help fix that. I just feel like this is a pretty botched launch for this game. There's just a lot of inconsistencies. The console to PC, just the differential is just incredibly high. It's actually kind of unbelievable. And it shouldn't be that way, because if you're charging the same amount for PC as for console, the console might not perform. And when I mean perform, I don't mean work. That's a strong word. It's not that it won't work as well. It's just it might not look as good, because the horsepower is different. They when you design for PC, you're designing for the most minimal amount of hardware you can, and then you scale up. Consoles is static the entire way, so you know what you can get out of it. Yeah, it's some of these are just some of the greatest comments ever, besides the palm trees and skin clipping through clothing. And when I mean skin, I mean certain parts of a character clipping through clothing is pretty hilarious.
Can we talk about the game more besides the technical side? Because all I want to do is dive into that, exactly that.
We'll jump into the hot takes real quick before I finish this up. So. Yeah, you guys can go check out the subreddit and just jump along with the entire. I mean, there's a difference between proper feedback and criticism, which we're gonna get into in a little bit, and just outlandishly bad launches, bad design, unoptimized engines. That's what we're seeing here, and settings that are also you're seeing here are default. Like chromatic aberration is what's causing a lot of the blurriness. Turn that off. Turn the motion blur off. There's a lot of things that are just causing the game's image to actually look worse. And I couldn't put my finger on it too when I first saw the console stuff. I was like, oh wow, Twitter's compression is pretty garbo. Then I realized that was the actual game itself being that bad. It's just like, wow, I don't know how you can misstep that hard. So hence a lot of people are saying this game should have been delayed again. I think they're back. Imagine if they didn't delay the game, is what all I can think of now. Is if you didn't delay the game, how would it have ended up?
I wonder if they knew about these issues from the start and they were delaying it to try to find fixes, and they couldn't. And they just said, fine, we're going to pull the trigger, we're going to send it out, we're going to let them see what it's like. Or if they knew about this and were debating a delay, and maybe investors or someone came in and was like, no, you must push this game. I don't know. We don't really know. All I'll say though is that if they did delay this game, I would have been fine with it. If they delayed it to February, fine, whatever. It is what it is. You already delayed it a year.
Yeah, end of quarter one. They're saying, as far as March, some people were willing to take that.
Yeah, I would have still played the game regardless of how many times it got delayed, because that ensures that they are shipping a good product. If they kept delaying the game and then it finally came out and there were no issues, the world would have been ecstatic. But there are so many people besides us that are going to give this game a terrible rating just on the technical side and not even look at the rest of the game, because the rest of the game is absolutely it kind of leaves me speechless in some ways, at least the story. And I don't want to go too far into that, but the story left me up texting my friends this is wild into the night, because there are just twists that occurred that I didn't expect. There are things that happen that you just don't expect. And the immersion, as long as the immersion stays, you follow through. But if there's a lag, if there's a technical error, a bug, a T-pose, it's gone. It's gone just like that.
All right. Well, you know what? Since we're jumping into it, let's just get into it. So let's hit some hot takes that we've got going on here. Whoops, that's actually the wrong button. There we go. That's the proper button. So hot takes.
This is the scene. This is the scene that crashed my game.
So You know, to kind of answer someone in chat, because I saw that earlier. Wearing glasses indoors, dog. I don't got a drug problem, man. I got a gaming problem. I was up playing games. You don't want to see what my eyes look like right now. They look like something out of this game. So, regardless, let's just put it out there. Who did you pick? We'll count. I'm gonna count.
Oh, yeah.
3, 2, 1. Let's see what side you picked. All right. We had Street, we had Nomad, and then we have Corp. All right.
So I picked.
Wait. Oh, you ruined it. I was going to say, let me count down 3, 2, 1, and then we're both going to say it. I also picked Corp,
bad.
so cool. Nah, we're good.
Corp,
we picked Corp,
yeah.
so we're good.
I was going to go Nomad at first, not going to lie, because everyone else is doing Street Kid and Corp. I was like, I'm going to try the Nomad route. But at the end of the day, happy I didn't, because the driving in this game, I don't know if I'm just a bot, but I am garbage. I am complete trash.
So first impressions off the rip, I went Corp like yourself, did the intro to it. For me, the first thing I wanted to look at is like, okay, how well did they integrate ultra wide? So I'm playing the game at 5120 1440, and it works. Like there's no warping, there's no they've scaled a lot of components, including the cutscenes.
You're playing this at ultra wide?
Yeah. And it runs very well. Like the UI is not stretched. The UI is a little weird because my health is in the top left and it's like further out, so I kind of have to look a little bit more to find it.
Like
Versus
all the way top left?
It being centered. Yeah. So UI elements being changed would have been a nice little addition, but you know, this is a very weird setup. Starting the game, I only have about 2 hours in. I know you've gone real gamer hours playing it. 2 hours in, I've gotten up to the point where, you know, I've done the first mission, which was the demo that was first shown off a while back. We got to see that series, the very first mission, and I ended at getting my wheels, and then I was allowed to go around town.
Oh, yeah.
The
So
driving,
you're about to be able to start picking up like side quests and stuff right now.
the driving in person, you're not the only one. It was throwing me off as well because I don't know what it was, but I just couldn't drive for the life of me, and I don't know what that is about this game that's causing that.
So I realized it was the first person mode immediately, and I switched cameras and I got to the third person mode. It makes it much more feasible. It makes it so much easier. At the same time though, and this is from someone who was also shit at driving in GTA, I'm also kind of trash at driving in Cyberpunk, but if you go with the flow of the traffic, if you're not trying to fly through the city, it's kind of like fun, like immersive, and like you are able to control the car more. That being said, I gave it on the top of my notes. I gave the first note I took was first person driving. It's a negative 98 out of 10 because that is the worst thing I've ever experienced.
Damn.
But I would say the customer.
You said you were in third person?
Yes, I was in third person. Third person got to better. First person is a negative 90.
I haven't done the third person because by the time I was done, I was like, holy crap, I can't drive worth a damn. And then it didn't take me till like this morning that I woke up and I was like, oh god, I get back to that horrible driving. That's gonna be a terrible experience. Like, oh wait, there's a third person. But I didn't see a hotkey. I didn't see anything stating like change to third person when you first kind of get in.
It's gonna be in your far bottom right. It's going to say switch cameras because it's on the screen the entire time that you drive the car. That being said, driving sucks. Designing your character in this was really fun. It was really enjoyable. I liked all the options. I would say that I'd like to see a lot more options in the hairstyle department. A lot of, very straight hair was there, very like white centric hair. So I'd like to see more diversity there. Besides that, I think that, the gender options are really, honestly, in a way, progressive, like very progressive. You can be transgender if you are transgender. You can have specific genitalia and sizing that you would like, which honestly confused me. Like I scrolled down after editing my face and it's just there, and you're like, oh, that's booby. That's the genitalia. That's the stuff. The amount of nudity in this game, I did not expect. Now, I'm not bashing it. I just did not expect it. I did not expect to see that much
just
nudity.
Like you're going down the menus and you get hit with that. Anyone could get caught off guard a little bit there. It's like, whoa. It's like unsolicited, certain kind of pictures that are unsolicited that get sent to you. Like, whoa, hold up, that's not
But-
correct. Anyway,
I just want to give like a little star to the fact that you can customize your pubic hair. That's the highlight of Cyberpunk for me, is that you can customize your pubic hair. You can make it pink if you want. For sake.
I don't know if you. I didn't dive that far into rabbit hole. I was like, oh, that's hilarious. And then I was like, done, because I was like, I wanted to get into the game. But a part of me at one point, I'm pretty sure I asked myself afterwards. I was like, oh, dang, could you give yourself like a pattern? That's kind of crazy.
Yes, you can. There's
oh
a heart.
my
There's a cloud. There's so many things you can pick.
Wow.
I literally had my jaw dropped open when I was looking at it last night.
Whoever in CD Projekt Red in that meeting, you were just like, all right, look, we're getting through. We gotta. Here are the objectives. Okay, you're on this duty, and you're looking at the paper. Hey, what? I'm supposed to design what? This has to be incorrect. No, really? Oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna go get reference now. I'll be in the bathroom for 45 minutes. What? Yeah. That's what I expect that meeting to have gone. But past all that, the character creation was pretty cool. I loved you could get as far as, to the eyes, how you can interject the cybernetic eyes. Your teeth can be, chromed out gold, whatever, the scarring, the tattoos. I would hope they expand on that a little bit more. That'd be sick, maybe with whatever DLC expansions they can do in the future. But it looked really good. Then jumping into the game from itself, the pace. I come from Shadowverse, playing the Shadowverse games, the books. Cyberpunk is very much a really big thing I followed, so I saw a lot of the same beats when we were starting up, especially in this mission. Like, you're this, at the bottom of the city. This is your city, or rather, you want it to be out top. There's a story somewhere in there, but you craft it. You get to the way you respond with other characters was very entertaining for me. I was hoping to see. I mean, it's early. My first. These are just my first impressions. They're not, how it's going to be later. It might expand as we continue in the game. But how you're talking to people, how that's really going to shape your story is what's going to be very interesting to me. The path you can already take. You got your stealth, you got your guns blazing. I instantly went guns blazing. The hacking was cool for like 2 seconds, but it's only because for me it's been a little weird. Because at first I was like,
I've had some bugs with it.
Hold tab to hack, and
Yes.
then when I even did the tutorial, the hacking tutorial had a bug issue where it wasn't recognizing my mouse cursor, and I'm like, I can't proceed. The holding tabs thing is what got me, but then I realized caps toggles it, and I was like, oh, okay, well that made things a lot easier. I don't know why they didn't just toggle it on tab. And right now I don't believe you can even change key bindings, which I think is kind of interesting.
You can't?
I don't think so. I thought I
I'll have to
saw people
double
complaining
check.
about that earlier, and I was like, you know what? I haven't tried changing keybinds yet because I was still so early on. I was just getting used to the systems. But if you can't, that's a big misstep.
I will say, regarding the feel of the game, there are a couple downsides. I feel like on keyboard and mouse, there are certain actions, specifically hacking, that felt a little wonky. And also, I feel that selecting your weapon is also kind of wonky. Like, I don't know if it's a, quick release or if I have to select it. Still, I don't know. Because sometimes I'll just hover over it and boom, it's that gun. And sometimes I have to click it and boom, I have that gun. So those little awkwardness aside, I think the gunplay is really fun. I really like the gunplay. I just got my hand on my first katana last night, right before I ended it, because I started doing more gigs, into which I will advise people. I went straight ahead. I did not do any side quests for the first 6 hours of the game. I did full story. I got to some very heated points, which a lot of people are talking about, and I don't want to spoil anything. I will say I did get to what I would say is the turning point where the story kind of really starts to begin where you really get to go. Yeah, I did get to that point, and that's when I said, okay, now is a good time for me to go out and start doing side quests. And that's where you get more guns, you get more weapons, you get a lot of good things that you can sell. And that's where my next complaint is there wasn't really good guidance into how to maneuver Night City itself until you got farther in the game. Like, I passed the fast travel little checkpoint numerous times without even realizing it was a fast travel checkpoint until I got a hint about it about 4 hours into the game. I didn't know where I was supposed to be selling stuff. I didn't know what the importance of certain items were, and I still don't have that information. So I kind of feel as though when it comes to guiding the player to know you should sell this or you shouldn't sell this, or you should be trying to pick up every gun or you shouldn't pick up every gun, is lacking. I don't really know free will wise what I should be doing in the city besides the side quests.
Yeah, that's where some of the people that are more entwined to this kind of game, very open world, like for me, I felt kind of at home. I was just like, whenever I killed someone or hit an area, yeah, I'm looking through every box. I'm grabbing ashtrays. I'm grabbing vinyl. I'm grabbing whatever because it shows, how much it's worth. So I'm like, cool, yeah, I'll just go to the shop and sell it. I don't know the importance of it, but I know I can make some quick cash doing it. It's like my Fallout brain kicked in these situations. But you're right. Like the guidance, I am seeing some holes in it. Like that they definitely could have worked in a little bit better, and that's just coming from people that play these games. Imagine the casual that isn't. Like, this is a lot of menus. These are a lot of menus you're going through, a lot of boxes that are opening up, and you might seem like you're a little overwhelmed. But this is still first impressions. We'll wait and see, after, by the time next week's show and the week after, because we're gonna be playing this for quite some time. We'll see how it builds up. But initial beginners, it's a lot. And maybe that's also the direction that we're going. It's like, listen, that's how grand this is. You're going to feel so overwhelmed that you're not going to know what to do. And I'm like, that's cool. But to make your game even better, you should also kind of help me know where I need to go or help me understand it so I can then utilize the tools you build in the game for me. But
I will say, if you're just starting this game, if you're watching and you're like, I think I might buy this game. If you've never played a open world game, go normal. Don't go hard. The game recommends you start.
I went hard instantly.
Yeah, I would recommend that people who are just starting to switch to normal. It'll just give you. It's still hard. Don't get me wrong. And I'm playing on normal right now, and I see where I should have probably played on hard. I wonder if there's an ability for me to switch or not. If not, I'm stuck on normal mode, and I'm just gonna play through the story, and it's gonna be fun. But there's still points in the game that I have to, crouch around. And I will have to say that there is a lot of booby in the game, again, on our screen. Like,
Thanks.
It's just everywhere. It's so distracting.
It is.
To me, at least.
It is for mature audiences. I mean, who do you expect this game is going to be catered to? But regardless with that, first impressions on the console side, not looking too wild. But on the PC side, it's not to say I hate that that's the guiding line in between, but it's just the current situation right now.
You're on PC, buy it.
Yeah, if you also have a not the beefiest PC, but gotta have a little bit of substance in there to run it because it is very demanding. But
just immediately turn on the game and turn off ray tracing.
Yeah,
and you're good.
One thing.
You're
Definitely
totally
one thing.
good.
But besides that, I think it's gonna be a very interesting game to jump into. I am very much hankering to play as the other million viewers that are on Twitch right now on that category alone, watching people like Shroud, Oren, everyone else that's there right now just playing. I can't wait to get into it. I think it's gonna be incredible. Problems aside, but we have to take it for what it is. But you guys can also make sure to check out your experiences with Alex, because he's live right now at SirScrowlix, so make sure to go check him out after the show. But with that, your day is loaded up. It is set and ready to go. The show is at the end. Let's get us out of here so we can get everyone else to playing some Cyberpunk, including our guest here, Ali, who decided to be gracious enough to come and give us her impressions on the game. Ali, thank you very much for hanging out with us for this week's show. I doubt this will be the last time, once again, that you'll be on here probably talking about Cyberpunk. It might be a year from now, and you will probably still be playing the game and talking about it.
You're not wrong. I'm very happy to have joined you all today, and the last thing I'll leave with you is that the best character in the entire game is Judy, and when you meet her, you'll know why I said that. And that's about it.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for Judy Jetson. That should be in Cyberpunk. But guys, thank you very much for hanging out once again. Shout outs to Mike and Ike and Zip Chair for supporting not only this show but our other shows and tournaments here. If you want to check those out, make sure to go to nerdstreetgamers.com. That's nerdstgamers.com. Follow us on Twitter as well. You can follow me at CrashTagVS. You can follow Ali at SimpleAlo right there. Make sure to follow Alex, Search for Alex on Twitch. Go follow. rate him,
We're
say
gonna
what's up.
throw
Yeah.
some love over to him right now.
Yeah, exactly. But until then, we'll be live once again next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Gonna probably talk some Cyberpunk then, and of course on Thursdays as well. Make sure to check out the Game Awards. We made our predictions, I think, about a show or two ago. Go see if we're right, we're wrong, or completely outlandishly wrong, because I pretty sure I put games out there that weren't even in the list. But until then, we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a good one. Peace.